In another dimension. Bearded warriors. Trapped in an eternity of vapid space. Doomed to wander the galaxy. Broadcasting their nonsense to the void. This is StarCast.
Hi, my name is Chris Roberts, and welcome to StarCast.
Or playing for Premier League.
Yep. Well, the thing is, even if you're playing for Premier League now, you'd still be playing for your national team today. Which
Yeah, but they're like, oh, I'm getting paid $10 million to play this game.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, are we live?
We're live.
Yes.
Stop talking about World Cup now.
We can still talk about World Cup. Okay, guys, StarCast is now World Cup cast.
Well, considering, almost every Dutch player's in the fucking Premier League.
Yep. It's true.
Yeah.
But I don't watch Premier League because I don't like...
It's too many football players falling over and pretending they're hurt. It's just...
so boring.
Yes.
It's better now than it used to be. At least now Man U is not winning every single game 26-2. But it's still pretty boring, especially in comparison to
So, yes, I do like the World Cup. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet today. I've been kind of busy. Downloading patches. Before we get started, we have some exclusive stuff we wanted to show you. This was found by Mr. Trendane, and it appears to be absolutely 100% correct. So here we go. This is the newly unreleased hidden footage that Trendane got while he was at the event in Los Angeles. Yeah, the Next Great Starship. He found this in a thumb drive in Ben Lesnick's back pocket. So here we go. Here is the new Starfarer. Are you guys ready?
Dun dun dun.
There it is. There it is. There is the new Starfarer.
I'm excited.
Fully rendered.
I'm excited. PBR, full PBR,
Full
ready to go.
PBR.
I'm excited.
Lots of epicness.
Stunning. Amazing. Absolutely incredible.
I want one now. Well, actually, I have one.
I never had one, but now. Ooh.
Yeah, it's like really good. And this one is named the Enterprise.
So beautiful.
Yeah, but it's the IXS Enterprise.
Right. So why did Ben have this in his back pocket, Trendy?
I'm not sure. I think he may have accidentally sat down on it and it stuck to him.
Oozed out, spam or mayonnaise coming out of a spam sandwich. Just came out.
Maybe not.
Better question is, why were you in Ben's back pocket?
Well, I wasn't. He was he was sitting on. There's kind of a rock wall.
So you have something in your ear.
No, these are my antennas that I used to pick up this particular transmission. I was in the process of having oral sex with myself.
Oral sex.
Oral sex, yes, because I wanted to have an orgasm.
Oh yeah, orgasms. Yep, they're dangerous.
Orgasms from oral sex, and that's when I picked up, because I was talking to Ben outside the YouTube Spaces where this event was, and it suddenly occurred to me. I was like, and when he got up, this thumb drive that it was apparently, I think he was like slumming it at some bus stop or something.
Oh, he's picking up dudes again.
It had. Well, I doubt that.
Okay.
I doubt that, unless he's picking up dudes to throw into Arena Commander.
Okay.
Here,
Literally picking them up.
Just like Thor's hammer, just throwing them around. Anyway, so I think this is what was left. This just kind of, I don't think it was in his pocket. I think it was like some chewing gum or something, and it stuck to it, and it was slightly radioactive, and that's where I picked up with my antennas.
Geek Girl says, "Please, for the love of baby Jesus, take those out of your ears. You're going to kill yourself."
I'm not going to stab my brain. It's not like I'm going to forget that they're there and go to put my headphones back on
By
and
snapping
cram
them.
these things to the center of my... Okay, actually, that is a possibility.
It's okay. It'll be fine.
But we'll
Maybe
remember you
We're
fondly.
willing to take this risk for you today.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, you guys are so sweet.
More controversial stuff. We have pictures of the 890 jump compared to the new Constellation. So we're going to compare this. This is confirmed 890 jump.
Wasn't it confirmed by Ben and James on the base?
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is the 890 jump compared to the Connie. So there she is. There's the 890 jump. Very
Beautiful.
nice, very pretty. And then there's the Connie. The three doors are just completely coincidental.
Yep.
So
It's so beautiful.
Can't wait to get in my pimp boat.
it is definitely a pimp boat.
Oh yeah.
Is that
Wood
actual
grain.
leather or is that pleather?
It's
Well, it's
Vandal Vag leather.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I kind of want to switch out those seats and that table for just like a bearskin rug.
That would be awesome. Or the equivalent from the StarCast universe.
Exactly,
Yeah,
whatever. Space
Citizen
Bear.
universe.
I just
Yeah,
love-
it's some sort of...
I love the
the
chat's
skylights.
going ape shit right now. They're like, it's not that Connie 90, it's the Connie. It's
I just
the
love the
Connie. I
skylight.
swear to God, it's the Connie. I'm going to yell at you.
No, what
Numbers
people
not
in the
make
chat don't realize is that the Connie doesn't have an open roof. You can't see outside.
Right.
See?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what they don't realize. Guys, realize this.
One or two missiles right there, and it will have an open roof.
Yes, very easily. Yes, we know that's the Constellation. We are trolling you hardcore today. Today is Troll Thursday.
Is that gymnasium equipment back there? Is that like
Was.
some ellipticals? and
It
stuff?
looks like it.
Treadmills.
It's the ab flex.
They had to put a big conference table in because now SIG has its own big conference table. Like everybody has to have a big conference table. Glass at that. Looks a very fragile ship.
And it's
Well, with
got a
that-
very... Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just with that glass roof, it makes you wonder. It's going to have some pretty beefy shields.
I know, right?
Well, it's what they've stated before. It's not actual glass that they ever
Yeah.
use in this.
It's
they
a screen
use
door. This Kinshasa said.
transparent titanium.
Aluminium. Yeah, or aluminium, whatever it's called. Whatever Scotty makes in Star Trek 6 or whatever it is. I can't remember.
Transparent aluminum.
That's the one. That's
There
the
we
one.
go. It was one of the aniums.
Star Trek movies were so garbage.
Get out.
Take us to the nuclear vessels.
Nuclear vessels.
They were garbage.
They were not garbage. They meant something to us back then.
They were total
V'ger and the bald
You
chick.
kids these days with your Christopher Pines and Zachary Gorgeous Quitos. And
I'm not saying those weren't garbage either. I'm saying the Star Trek movies were garbage, okay?
I
Compared
love
to
how
the
they're
show,
wearing...
Every single last one, even the one where they go,
Maybe specifically the one that they do go con.
Con. I just love the fact that they're in the future and they go back to what was it, 70s?
No, 1984.
80s San Francisco, and their
Yeah.
clothes just completely fit in.
except for Spock, who had to rip a piece of his robe off and
Well,
tie it around his head.
yeah, to make him look more authentic.
Definitely.
In San Francisco? Yeah.
He fits
That's
right in.
why it's perfect. No problem. It's San Francisco.
Yeah,
Go
they
there.
can.
I promise you. Go to the Haight-Ashbury. You'll be like,
No, I'd feel comfortable. I think I'd fit in. I think I would.
You might. No pants. They'd be like, yeah, what? They wouldn't even flinch.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
not even remotely.
Yeah.
Actually, I might clench though.
Well, not during Folsom Street Fair,
Oh,
because then you could just wear nothing but sunscreen and you'd fit right in. Well, maybe a little lube too.
put some zinc in. I'll be right.
Yeah, a little.
All right, I guess we can start talking about Star Citizen. Right
Start
now,
talking about
yeah, something about that. If you
talk
guys
We can
haven't,
talk about the E3 at some point.
well, we can talk about E3. We're going to do that tonight too, as well. If you guys have not done it yet, there is a brand new patch, and it's very conservative. It's like 10 kilobytes or something. It only takes like half a second.
I'll start downloading that now.
Oh, you're done. No, it's 7 gigabytes of stuff. Let's go through the list and let's see if we can pick apart the excitingness of it. The Vandul no longer show as committing suicide when defeated with a missile.
Thank fuck.
We could skip to like the most important bit.
They removed the text from the X55 HOTAS and key binding menu.
No, like the very important bit, the one that's not in the patch notes that you're looking at right now.
The lighting fixes for the AMD machines.
Yes.
Because I am so tired of typing in that goddamn command. The one I keep forgetting. I don't.
You say somebody in the chat, paste that in for me.
Paste that in so I can type it, because I'm too fucking lazy to look it up. It's absolutely true.
I will say though, with the they've fixed the lighting issue with AMD. The first time I did the patch and then loaded into my hangar, beyond the little walkway beyond the helmet, my entire hangar was transparent except for the ships. So
Well, that fixes the lighting. That way, there's no like anything blocking the lights from getting places.
no, it fixed it. I just logged out, logged back in again, and it was fine.
Yes. Oh, yes. By the way, if you have any questions, Yoko's being a good moderator. If you have any questions, please type them in brackets. Question, and
Bless his crumpets.
Bod will probably throw them in the chat for us. Let's see. Ejaculation now counts towards player death.
Which is, typical in space.
And right along with that, improved thruster animations.
Ooh.
Yes.
Why
really
does that
worried
count
about that.
towards player death?
Well, they call it the little death in French, I believe.
No, that's for okay, yeah, but no. My point being, I mean, didn't Chris Roberts specifically call it out as if you want to see what the 0G thing is like, just go ahead and eject and you can fly around for a little while before you reintegrate. If it is now death, sorry, go ahead.
No, but the problem was that when you ejaculated, you would die.
Mm-hmm.
So you jump out, and there was a bug where you die instead of stay alive.
Or the other way around. You could keep jumping out every time a Vandal was... Like, you had like one little sliver of health left, you could ejaculate, and then you would not be dead. You'd just get back on another ship. And it didn't count towards a death toll. It didn't get your death counter up. So you could do that indefinitely. You go all the way to wave 100 if you wanted, just by ejaculating at the right time. So...
Sorry, I'm drooling.
There's just so much ejaculate in this episode this time.
It's awesome, but it does kind of counter exactly what he said about being able to eject out of your ship and be able to EVA around.
That. But you're supposed to do that in like the free flight mode, not in the.
They didn't specify that ejecting during the swarm mode kills you. They just said ejecting counts as a death. So it would have been nice for them to say in Vandal swarm mode, ejecting will count as a death.
I'm telling you now, it meant in the Vandal swarm mode. They forgot to.
They learned to type.
Specify.
L2 type.
Yeah, L2 type. That's
cool.
That makes more sense.
This is what happens when you fix bugs. You compact it to the shortest sentence possible and then just throw it out there rather than, if all these conditions are met, the bug would happen.
Yeah. That's cool. What else was there? There was lots of little fixes. The buggy doesn't fly around the hangar like it's a deflated balloon.
At the end of the day, it was rather unexciting what was in there. But
7 gig? Okay, so let's hear it.
Gigs,
Let's hear it, Core. What is the thing?
Reddit, of course, being the all-powerful,
all
piece of shit that it is.
Come on, this is going to go on Reddit later. They're going to hate you.
That's fine. Dug up, of course, the files relating to the asteroid hangar. So I'm sure anything FPS or iPerli will come out with a video detailing the asteroid hangar within the next 24 hours.
I can't wait to get in my asteroid.
Already done.
It probably already is. He's uploading it now.
Yeah. No, but he lives in Australia, so it may take him a few days to download
That's
that.
True, yeah,
gig.
or months. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, no, I will say, since the original launch of Arena Commander, where the download was absolutely pathetic, I think they were being throttled. Everyone was being throttled for that. I downloaded the patch today. It took me literally maybe 7 or 8 minutes to do. I was getting like 7-8 megs. So I think...
That's fast for Australia.
Well, no, like I said, I've got the best internet connection you can get, bar fiber, which is only available in the cities. But, considering that, I think when they do patches, it seems like they're not throttling anyone. So good news for everyone, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think it should be pointed out that specifically when sometimes when it says it's downloading, all it's doing is checking whether the file you have is the same as the one that they're trying to download for you, which is not technically the same as downloading, which is why I've experienced at some points extreme download speeds, which made absolutely no sense because I wasn't downloading anything on my bandwidth. But that's just the way the patcher works.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, what did you guys think about the new show? Let's talk about the new show with Ben and Sandy. Let's talk about what we liked and what we didn't like about it, what they could do to fix it. What do you think? Who watched it?
I watched it. I thought the interview with Travis Day was excellent. The guy was the perfect product manager or release manager type personality that you'd want to see in that position. I like the insights that he had, and at the end of the day, that's the kind of guy you need to push out your DFM. And I'm glad that they have that guy. Unfortunately, about the around the verse thing, there were some things that I wasn't too happy with, but I'm sure they'll improve. Of course, one slight issue is Sandy. She's just not the show personality that she really is, and sometimes she feels really out of her depth when she's talking about stuff.
Not that she doesn't know about the game, obviously, but
it
just feels awkward.
Yeah, exactly. And I've always liked seeing Ben in the videos, but I really don't want to speak ill of him at all because I really, really love Ben. But hearing him walk around the office and wheezing a bit time. Was, it made me worry just a little bit for him.
He's gonna croak.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm sure the show will improve over time. It's like
first episode. Look at the first Wingman's Hangar. It was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Wingman's nuts.
He was sitting at like a white table.
Yeah, like a white plastic table with like a beer can on it. I was like,
that was Wingman's Hangar. They'll get there.
It'll get there.
I liked it. Like I said, the Travis Day interview was just full of gold, and I was super impressed with him as a a dev on the team. I was like happy to have someone with that sort of experience.
Product manager.
He was. I was impressed with that, and they didn't do such a bad job interviewing him. The questions that they asked him were pretty good. The layout. The first thing I noticed was just the backdrop of where they were shooting. It's quite literally just inside their office, and something in my mind did sort of. I'm like, hang on, they cancelled Wingman's Hangar, which they went to the trouble of getting a very professional sort of looking setup with lighting and backdrops and cameras and the whole lot, and then they've canned that to go to just shooting in their LA office. It's
like dirty LA office with like stuff laying around, like paper towel rolls.
They even bought like furniture specifically for Wingman's Hangar.
But that ended up being the desk of the girl. Did you see when they started the thing off? The girl who's sitting in the front. I don't know her name. I'm sorry, but she's like the secretary when you walk in the door. She's sitting at Wingman's Hangar. In
Santa Monica.
Santa Monica?
Yeah.
Probably Chelsea.
Chelsea. So
Chelsea no, it was someone else.
No, it was the front desk. No, Chelsea was upstairs with the rest of them, wasn't she?
Well, no, we don't know who this person was, but it was a new person that we hadn't seen before, and they are like the concierge or the the liaison that you
customer
talk to.
Service representative.
Something.
There you go.
When you walk, anyway, it's Wingman's desk. It's the airplane wing with the.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't put off by it. It ran through my mind, that idea of like, they've gone from that to this, and it's like,
maybe they're trying to make it more down-homey because everyone said it's going to be so slick out in LA or out in.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't bother me at all. It didn't detract. It was something I picked up, like packets of Doritos and stuff in the background. I'm like, okay. But
there were certain wings of that office that were really stacked. But anyway, let's continue.
If there was, actually, there's like some like setup issues that I had. I was looking more at the set. I was looking at the set itself, and okay, Ben, love you to death. I do. I know you're probably going to watch this later on, maybe. But Ben's a big fella, and he's got little tiny Sandy, who's a little woman, next to him. So they look awkward. It's like seeing a halfling next to an ogre. It's just like the size differential is so big. And Ben's a big guy, so he's always sitting there with his arms crossed across his stomach because he's a little bit uncomfortable, right? Those of us who have some girth know what we're talking about. Where you kind of hide your belly a little bit by holding your hands in front. So why don't they do something to make it a little more comfortable for them and make like a desk or something that they could sit at to do the interviews, or make it more newsroom-like, because then he could sit behind it. Like right now, you guys only see my shoulders up. You're not seeing my big belly, right? So, there's ways that you can sort of like fix it so that the presenters maybe are more comfortable on screen and they're not feeling awkward about that kind of thing. And then they're sitting like at least 8 to 12 inches above the person they're interviewing. Like Travis was way down in his chair, like leaning way back, and they're two sitting up on a couch that looked really weird. Like, I don't know.
Like they were like interrogating him.
Yeah, exactly.
But it also didn't help that Travis Day intentionally slouched down in his chair and sitting really comfortable, like, bring these questions on. I got answers for days.
Well, then put the interviewers on the same kind of thing. Put them in chairs like that, so everyone's sort of sitting on the same level. Like when they did the Next Great Starship, they were all sitting at the same level. It's just it's like a visual thing to me. I don't know.
Did you notice that the interview with Disco Lando was kind of the same, where James was sitting higher up
than Lando, yes.
bar stool thing, and then he was sitting down in the same sort of armchair, and it was that.
Yeah, it's like you shouldn't be over somebody when you're interviewing. You're supposed to be on the same level to make him feel comfortable.
It's just little stuff that they'll sort out. I'm sure the people.
And these are just constructive criticism things. I don't hate anything they did. I think it's fine.
No, I enjoyed the show. I was actually very surprised with the amount of content that we got out of it, and the formatting, like talking about the interview with the community member and stuff like that. I thought it was good. There was no real thing about that show other than little shit that I didn't enjoy. So I thought and it was 40 minutes long. Content.
Yeah, lots of content. Lots and lots of content. It was pretty good.
I gotta be honest though, after the Travis Day interview, I kind of went back to work. But that was just because I was watching it at work. Oh.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit of controversy here. Michael Moreland, what's going on?
He's starting up his own show.
Yeah, he's gone. Like, did he get fired? Did he quit? Anybody have any inside information?
No idea.
I took my antennas out. I don't
Okay.
know.
So he is starting his own show. He is now on Patreon. If you guys would like to start funding, he's going to be doing a
Patreon.
Patreon, yeah.
Patreon. No, he's selling tequila. And anyway, he's on Patreon, and what they're doing is they're going to be doing like the whole truth, basically. They're going to be taking news from around the verse, plus mixing it with some content from different people, and they're going to come out with a weekly episode, and you can fund it by saying I'll give you $1 per episode or whatever. That's the way Patreon works. So if anybody had his contract was up, says Cyberwolf.
Well, if his contract was indeed up and Wingman's hangar, because Wingman himself wanted to stop with the show, it's a natural closing point. But there's if they really still wanted him, they would have kept him on. which kind of raises that question.
Right. Because then, okay, so he's done with Wingman's Hangar. Take him out to Santa Monica and let him work on Around the Verse.
Maybe he didn't want to.
Am I getting it wrong? I don't know.
No. Just when you said take him out, I was going to hear the back shed and just old Teller. I was like, no!
Take him out, put him down, bury him with a little bit of music playing in the background. And you're all good.
But then again, the other issue might have been that SIG still wanted him, but he didn't want to move to Santa Monica. That's also It's also
we don't know. We don't know. So it might have been completely mutual. His contract might have been up. He's like, well, don't really want to do the Around the Verse. So, they're like, oh, okay, cool.
But he does. That's the point. He's out doing his own one now.
Yeah, but
they would have forced him to go to Santa Monica if he was going to continue Around the Verse.
Yeah, to produce that.
That new show, aren't they producing it in different sites each time? They said they're going to switch it around where they host it with different presents. So if he carried on, he'd have to be doing a lot of traveling if that was going to be his job.
That's right.
Yeah. He probably wouldn't want to do that.
And sorry, Trent, yes, please.
I was going to say, he owns his own gear. All the stuff they use for Wingman's Hangar, that's all his gear. So he would have to take it all with him.
They're using some good equipment out there in Santa Monica. I was noticing the camera quality is really sharp.
I haven't looked at it.
And let's not kid ourselves, there's the financial thing as well. How much are they paying him to do that? By him ending his contract and saying, okay, I'm going to move on to something else, they may be saving themselves a pile of cash by now doing everything in-house by themselves. So,
or maybe he himself didn't want to travel that much, or the money offer wasn't good enough or whatever, you know. A million factors could have been the reason why. So, everyone jumping on the hate gun just because he's on Patreon, I don't think that's.
Absolutely not.
I'm not hating on him at all.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of negative responses to his. To his his showing up on Patreon, and a lot of people have went, so he's just trying to skate on Star Citizen's coattails now. It's just
no.
For that, I say.
Yeah, and think of it this way: the content that he'll be able to bring to the table, it's not like he's, as long as he left on mutual terms and on good terms, he'll be privy to some pretty cool info that most people wouldn't be able to get. He'll have all the contacts with everyone in SIG. He's probably send him an email. Hey, what's up with this ship going on now? Can I? What can?
It's a good point.
Stakas has frozen.
Uh-oh.
Australia has fallen off the map again.
What? Yeah, I got that too.
No. Okay. He is released.
See, that's what happened when you ejaculate during the Arena Commander. Mm-hmm. You die.
You die. You just die. It's a little death.
But yeah, we could see if we could get him.
Interesting.
Talking about.
Yeah, actually. That'd be an idea. See if we can get him on the Skype.
Get him on the show. Yeah.
Get him on the fucking show.
Yeah, I do a show, Mike Mullen.
We do a show, Mike.
That's why I looked up. I was like, here it comes.
Mike, we do a show.
If we pledge $20 or more per episode of Galactic Inquiry, we get to have a little text scroll at the bottom of the.
Yeah, it says we should do that. Says StarCast is the best podcast.
Say do a show, all caps.
Yeah,
StarCast.
We do a show.
We do a show.
Nice.
Do a show. You should be on it.
That's right.
Okay, let me ask you this. This is a little bit touchy one, but how do you think about him sort of stepping on Wes's toes a little bit with the whole truth?
I mean,
I'm not saying that Wes owns that format, but it sort of seems like it's going that way. This is the way he described it in his Patreon video.
I don't know.
I would ask the question: is he even aware of? Is he even aware?
Whole Truth is like really well known over there at SIG.
Oh yeah, huge. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, if Wes is fine with it, then who are we to say anything?
I would agree with that.
Yeah, but I mean, even I'll play devil's advocate. Even if Wes isn't okay with it, is that going to stop Mike Mullen from creating his show?
Yeah. Oh, Jerushin says Wes is going to be in it. Well, there you go.
Well, then I can't see him having any issue with it.
All right.
Well, there you go. Problem solved.
The nice thing about the Star Citizen community is that there's a lot of cross-contamination, cross-pollination of ideas and styles and formats, so everybody kind of just collaborates on different projects together. So it's fun. It's all fun and happy and things. Yeah.
All right, Wes has a segment on it. Perfect.
There you go.
All right.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
Now we don't need no devil's advocate.
All right, so next topic I wanted to talk about is the Arena Commander and its first week of being out there and interest in it, as we've seen on Twitch. Going to Twitch, looking at Twitch, you see Arena Commander was like one of the top things. It was like, I think it made it as high as like the second row, third or fourth on the row. Now,
but because there's no multiplayer, it dropped off like a motherfucker. It's just what happens to all these games.
Yeah, it's way down there. I mean, like the other day, I think there was one or two people streaming. Actually, there's 3 people streaming with a total of 20 people watching.
But that's unfortunately that's the natural progression of a game that has no multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
If it had any, even if there were people currently playing multiplayer that had the capacity to stream it, because obviously there aren't, then there would be people watching it.
I mean, we were all under the impression that from the second the Arena Commander rolled out, that there would be a select group of people playing in multiplayer, and we just assumed that, they just don't Twitch, they don't stream or whatever. But Chris mentioned during one of his E3 interviews, I know we'll get into E3 later,
yeah, we're gonna talk
that
E3
they've not even rolled out multiplayer yet. They're only just now going to, once E3 is done, only then are they actually going to start rolling out any format of multiplayer. So up until this point, no one's actually been playing multiplayer.
I thought they were. I thought there was like an elite few that I just hadn't talked to yet that were like...
No.
Oh, they made it seem like they had people playing multiplayer on Around the Verse even. During the first 5 minutes of the show, they were like, 10,000 games played since the... They were talking about starting up the Vandal Swarm. They were not talking about people actually playing multiplayer games.
Marketing hype.
So it was really weird that when they were talking about that, Sandy started talking about...
Hold on. What's that trending? What?
I don't...
Ranger XML just said that AC invites are going out now.
Oh,
it's in the chat window.
Yeah, I saw that.
We did have... Yeah, I know that Ben said on his interview last night that there was friends and family were in it only, and when this patch landed today, the first player invites were going out.
Okay, so they're going out now, and...
Okay.
Siberian K posted a link from someone that got an email. So I'm checking.
And I think Chris mentioned it was 250 people for the first rollout. So,
even so, okay. So let's just say multiplayer comes out with the size of the two areas you can fly in, which is pretty tiny. Is it interesting? Is it like is it like a mobile game, like League of Legends? Is it going to be interesting enough to where people are going to want to hang out and watch that? What do you guys think?
I think it'll have an appeal, but I don't think you can compare it to a MOBA game. Unfortunately, I don't think that's a relative comparison.
Are we comparing it to League of Legends?
I'm just saying, like, as far as like interest in the game right now, I'm trying to come up with an idea of how interested are people going to be in this game long term, because we're coming out in this modular fashion, and there was a note that Chris came out with saying that big news is coming in August.
Well, the thing is, right, and they're probably talking about the interest about that, but anyway.
No, they're not. They're probably talking about the FPS module.
I get that. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, when it comes to these types of things, you release right now DFM and Vandal Swarm. It's a gimmick. It's something that you can look at, something that you can feel and identify with, but it's not something that will give you hours and hours and hours and hours of fun. Multiplayer, where the challenge is dynamic and you get the satisfaction of killing someone and etc. Again, half of the people in this podcast don't give a fuck about that, but that's something that people enjoy watching or people enjoy playing, and it's a very important aspect of why games live past their we've seen all the content, now what? And that's currently the case with Star Citizen. We've seen all the content, now what?
Yeah. And I think also that, we've also commented earlier on about how little sort of very public exposure Star Citizen has been given. The first ever thing they were at was PAX, and that was the first time we'd ever seen them at a really big non-Star Citizen event. And now they're at E3. I think possibly their exposure from E3 will maybe spike the interest a lot with the people that might not necessarily have. And that combined with multiplayer, I think we'll probably see a spike of interest. But after, however long, unless they release the next module rather quickly, you'll probably find the same thing will happen. It'll spike. It'll be back on Twitch once people get in and start streaming the multiplayer and stuff. But it'll probably dip again once everyone's...
It's exactly like you said. It'll just go up and down, depending on how the content releases. And during those spikes, you'll get maybe 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people watching at any given time, and then the next day it's all gone. And that's how it's going to go until we have something like multiplayer or something dynamic that continues to keep giving beyond the point where we've seen it.
Multiplayer ships.
We're all streamers here, right? So the reason I'm bringing this up is... I think we can judge how well a game is growing in popularity by how high it is on the browse list, and seeing Star Citizen fall off, it's almost disheartening in a way for those of us who are like big time. Go Chende, yes.
In this case, I would say that's not necessary. I think what we're dealing with is the two elements that we've been talking about thus far, which is its popularity on Twitch for streaming and what Core's talking about that there's this sudden spike and this sudden fallout. Instead of looking at how successful was it based upon its presence in streaming on Twitch, instead look at how quickly it went from 45 to 46 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it was
good judge.
5 days, maybe. I mean, it just boom, and it hit this morning. 46 million.
I've
been following the trends of games and of streaming for like about a year and a half now, and there are just certain elements that, like DayZ is a good example, that got really big and really huge for no reason, because technically the game was never out yet. They were just it was just a modification that was a proof of concept, and that if you judge it based on that, because that was technically a pre-alpha nothing mod. If you judge the popularity based on that to Star Citizen has nothing. But that's not the way to think about these trends of progressing hypes. When it comes to Star Citizen specifically, because the content has been more of a proof of concept than anything, it kind of makes the streamability of it very low, and that's why you don't see a lot of it being streamed. But the hype about Star Citizen on the forums is still very, very strong.
Yep. I'm just going from the reason I'm bringing up Twitch and all this is because we are within the community and we are hyped and we talk on the forums and we're all like in the know with what's going on, right? But there's that whole outside where when I stream Star Citizen, people show up and go, "What's this that you're playing?" They don't have any idea, and you go, "Oh my God, you don't know this," because they're just not into it. They don't understand it like we do. So I'm looking at more of a public opinion. But you're right. As soon as they come out with the 890 jump, we're going to get another million. As soon as they come out with the new Connie variants, they're going to get another million. So, all that kind of stuff is going to happen, of course. But, I'd like to see fresh blood coming in. Yes, go ahead, Trendane.
I was going to say the trade-off is that it is a very slippery slope to go on, that we have all of this beautiful content coming out that we can't really do anything with. The slope is that, you remember how pissed off people were getting with Landmark, when the answer was always, "It's coming out soon, soon, soon." And they would give us these snippets and pieces and say, "soon." And it started really making people angry because these promises were being continuously made but never quite met. And it was just another piece of cheese dangled in front of us, or just another carrot.
Yeah, just give them this little thing and it'll keep them happy for 2 weeks.
And that works for a while. Yes. But eventually you've got this gigantic wall of content. And people are like, "You've made all this. Why don't you make something that I can work with? Why don't you give me something other than a new piece of,
cheese
desktop? Basically a new desktop background or something. Give me something tangible, even though it's still digital, but something I can play with. So same sort of thing."
Okay. Well, that's just some ideas we had. All right. So who here got to see E3 event with Star Citizen?
I was in LA.
Okay, I didn't get to see it, but Core saw it, Stakas saw it, and Bod saw it. Harris, did you see it?
Nope.
Okay, so
I did not see the Star Citizen bit.
Oh, well, I've been watching a lot of the E3 stuff, but okay.
I've watched a lot of E3 stuff, but I haven't watched
the Star Citizen bit. Can you give us a rundown of what happened then? Because I didn't get a chance to see it. I'm sorry.
It was the same thing kind of happened with H1Z1, where they weren't really servicing the people who knew about Star Citizen. Chris was there in the capacity to basically make people who have potentially no idea about it more just aware of it.
Right.
So it was really, for those who know about it, there was no real content in it. It was literally maybe him for 20 odd minutes explaining what Star Citizen was from the ground up. He showed in the dogfight module. He even used the same version of the dogfight module that they used at the launch, where he had the those couple of AI ships just flying around the map, and they wouldn't actually attack him until he physically attacked them and stuff like that. So he even mentioned that was the build that he used for the launch. And it really just felt like a recap on what he sort of explained to everyone at the DFM launch, but he was kind of angling it more towards the people that might not have had a clue about Star Citizen. So there was no real big release or big bomb being dropped about, oh yeah, and we've got this brand new thing coming out that no one knows about. It was all just a recap.
An external person's view of Star Citizen.
It was literally, Star Citizens for dummies. I don't want to call people dummies because they don't know about it, but, the context.
Dummies books, yeah, which basically teach people who don't know anything about it to give them a primer.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, you could tell that the guy interviewing him literally had either, no knowledge about Star Citizen or no interest.
Was it the long-haired guy?
No, there was multiple of them, though. Like, that's the thing. Each individual media outlet kind of has their opportunity to get their time with Chris, and he basically just goes through the same pitch every time. So this was a redhead guy. I can't remember. It was on GameSpot. Yeah, GameSpot, I think it was. But yeah, it basically rinse repeat for the entire of E3. I'm pretty sure for all of his little snippets that he did. I mean, it was still good though. He still did his best to present Star Citizen for what it was, given the tiny amount of time. You know what Chris is like. when he gets on a ramble about trying to explain things, like he was trying to explain to the guy the physics module. He was
and the guy's glassed eyes. He's like, "Where's the points I can use in my video?"
Yeah, but no, it was good. It was good. It was good to see him out there just rapping Star Citizen to the public. So
yeah, cool.
There was a point near the end where Chris was. It didn't occur to me right at the beginning that he was doing, he was piloting around on the thing, because he'd been doing it for a while, but they hadn't shown him flying for like a few seconds or so I forgot that that's what he was doing. And Chris was no longer looking at the interviewer guy. He was just focusing on the screen because he was doing stuff. And the interviewer keeps looking at him and looking at it, and I'm like, oh my God, Chris, just make eye contact with the guy just once. Oh my God, that's
I'm trying to kill some dude, man.
And then the interviewer kind of, looks off to the side. I'm like, oh my God, because something about the way Chris moved, I thought that like maybe Sandy was standing there with cue cards going, say this, because it looked like he was reading something for just a second, and it just for a moment there was that split second of this interview going, who are you looking at? And I was like, oh no. All you had to do was make eye contact once, but it turned out that's not what it was.
I hear like a train or a tractor trailer.
At first, I thought Stakas was making an underdesk.
Your house is driving away.
And,
sorry, hang on.
Oh, it's Stakas is making that noise. Go out there with you got no pants. He's gonna go yell at him.
He's making an underdesk cappuccino, like I said.
Wait, I saw pants.
He did say he was gonna put pants on. See? Some kind of towel pants.
It's because it's only 42 degrees right now in Australia, so they're freezing right now. So that's why Stakas was wearing pants.
They're not pants, they're PJs.
While our beds are freezing. So yeah, that was. Yeah.
All right, another E3 highlight I want to talk about, which is not necessarily relating to Star Citizen directly.
Gaben?
No, Sky. Coming out on the PS4 exclusively. Yeah. What do you think? I think okay. With No Man's Sky, I'm actually in the wheelhouse of this is like Oculus Rift and Facebook, because you've got a really small company that's trying to do something epic and they don't have the money to do it, and then here comes Big Daddy Sony with, hey, we'll fund this if you put this exclusively on the PS4.
But it's more like Nintendo and Bayonetta.
Nintendo and Bayonetta. That's a more obscure one, I guess. Yeah.
It certainly isn't hardware, and there was no investment involved. And
well,
there was
no, I think
Kickstarter.
they're backing. No, but I think they're back. I think they're helping to back No Man's Sky, aren't they?
Yeah, but there was no Kickstarter, so that's a lot less dirty kind of taste in people's mouths. I don't know.
The way. The problem is right now is that they've gone so overboard with the exclusive titles, it is getting to the point of ridiculousness, because a game isn't going to be out for, at least they claim the game is going to be out this year, and 90% of all the release titles for the Xbox and for the PS4 have been pushed back to 2015.
Yeah. But hold on, pause. I know it's coming to the PC. Yes, it's exclusive to the PS4 on the console. I guess I wasn't clear enough. Sorry. Yeah, I know it's PC. It's PC. Everyone's freaking out. It's like, it's PC too. I'm like, yes, it's PC. But if on the consoles, it's not going to be on the Wii. It's not going to be on the Xbox One. It's only the PS4.
We know it's going to come to the PC. But
You're
it's
not going to stop freaking out for a minute. Because
we were talking about the exclusives for the console-based thing.
Because it should come on the Xbox as well. But whatever. Go ahead. Core, I'm sorry.
At least, we're being driven to the point where people don't buy consoles anymore because they're console gamers. No, they just buy both consoles to either get both the flavor of both exclusive types of games, or they just say fuck it and don't do the console at all. I mean, that's the point that we're getting at now. Even if you look at before the debate was always PS3 or Xbox 360. Mm-hmm. Now it's just buy both.
You pretty much have to buy both. Yeah, my wife and I were watching the Sony event the other night, and I was like, God damn it, I think we got to get a PS4. Right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I don't want to buy another console. I don't have enough room for another console. We got a Wii U, we've got the Xbox 360, we got the Xbox One, we've got a PS3. I just don't have any more room on my fucking HDMI inputs to put another console.
But the thing that's starting to get really dirty, and when you start thinking about it, is the fucking Steam box. Now there's an Alienware box.
And there's the Sony PlayStation box thing, the little box that you can stream all of your games to and stuff.
Yeah.
And all these things are going to have exclusive games as well eventually, so I'm already sitting here going, why the fuck are we supporting this nonsense? Why are we letting these companies get away with literally murder
of
my wallet?
I just have a Wii U and a PC, and I'm perfectly happy with that. There are no games. Honestly, there are no games coming out on consoles that aren't also coming out on PC that I want to get.
All right, what about the PS4's new thing, where you can now, for $10 a month, play every single PlayStation game that's ever been made?
That's amazing.
Right?
That's a brilliant move.
It's like
that
it's
is
Netflix.
Brilliant.
It's Netflix for your PS4. Another reason to go get the PS4, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get it. I'll end up getting a PS4 anyway, just because. Why not? Like I probably want a console this generation at some point, but not until something really I absolutely really want to play comes out, like No Man's Sky. I'll get a PS4 for No Man's Sky.
Right. So there you go. And then pay the $10 a month for your PS4 Netflix.
Exactly, and then just chuck my PS3 because I can just play all the games on the whatever it's called, their version of OnLive for their PS3 library.
Shook is freaking out. He's like, "Why are we not talking about Star Citizen?" We're gamers. We're excited about this, and we're going to do the Q&A session in about 3 minutes. So,
we're going to have GTA 5 in fall on PC, which will be amazing.
Remastered too.
Yeah, completely redone. This is why it took another year. I'm hoping there's actually some new content as well, because some of us, are not waiting to pay full price for a game that has no new content. But unfortunately, Rockstar. Anyway, then we saw a couple of very good titles that people are pretty much chomping at the bit for, which is The Division. Destiny. Assassin's Creed Unity. There's a few, but I'm losing titles. Point is, it should be a decent year for the rest of us while we still wait for Star Citizen.
All of it is just a WoW clone, by the way.
But still, about No Man's Sky, I saw the video for this E3, and I was underwhelmed because I had seen that type of footage before from them, unfortunately. Witcher 3, but 2015 game.
Which, now, by the way, just a little plug for me. I'm going through it right now, 1 and 2. I'm playing 1 and 2 and working my way to get ready for 3. So, I played for like 4 hours today. I'm only like 10 minutes into it, seems like.
Rainbow Six Siege seemed like a good game.
Yeah, I was looking at that. That seems really cool.
Yep.
I haven't really liked Rainbow Six games for a while. I've tried them, and then I'm just like, it isn't what it used to be. I remember
Six Vegas and that series wasn't bad, but it wasn't, like a $200 million game. It was like a $20 million game by like one dev studio, and people still sort of enjoyed it. I mean, that's what they were doing with Rainbow Six lately.
Yep. All right, it's Q&A time. Let's get on to the Q&A. We got people losing their shit. Right
Shit,
now. Their shit has been lost.
People are just going freaking mad.
We're gamers, man.
All right. We are Yoko Bros. We already talked about the 46 million. We said how exciting it was just like 15, 20 minutes ago. So we already touched on that. We can talk about how great it is. Everybody clap for 46 million.
Good job on getting more money.
Yes.
For our citizen.
I like to say I don't have a freelancer, never planned on buying one, but thank you guys for throwing all your money at these freelancers.
What are you talking about? You know when the Idris different variants are coming out, you're going to buy 3 or 4 of those. Well,
yeah, but I'm not going to buy a freelancer. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking you may regret your skepticism of the freelancer when 4 or 5 people and misses turn up and they turned out to be a challenge for your Idris.
That's true. Those misses. All of us can sit back sipping on Mai Tais, launching missiles without even having to look at your ship.
That's fine. I will use my luxury Connie as a defense.
You'll lure them in with scotch and hookers, and hey guys, let's not fight. Come in onto my luxury Connie and click.
I'll disarm my party Idris and lure you aboard in my escort constellations.
I see.
And then I'll kill you using the Vando vagina.
Oh.
Yes. All right, so first question, let's get on this here. Have any of you tried the Assassin's Creed patch yet? Any clarity on which of the vaguer patch notes?
That's nothing to do with...
Don't.
Hold on. You guys can't hear this, but Clifford just donated.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you guys can't
Thank you, Clifford.
Thank Clifford. I love you in the face, Clifford.
Just donated what? Sperm? What are we talking about?
Monies. Yeah.
Oh, money. Cool thing.
Thank you, Clifford. I will use it. Thank you.
You're going to use the sperm.
I will use the sperm. Yeah. Clifford.
In his dog.
Thanks, Clifford. Okay. Sorry, that interrupted the show. I forgot to turn off the music part. I apologize. I was not expecting donation. Okay. No, he's asking about the AC patch. The
Arena Commander patch. I'm downloading it right now.
Yeah, it's 7 gigabytes.
I downloaded it. I didn't even bother firing up my hanger because I didn't receive no freaking email. Oh, yeah, I know, right?
I haven't either. It's really weird. I check my spam too.
I've already had reports of one person playing it until it crashed.
Yeah, I think Kin Shadow was saying in chat that it looks like all the people that were accessing all the early beta testers to the website got in first, which is why the numbers are not sequential at the moment, and that would make sense.
Oh, so if you were already a beta tester, they said that. I remember them saying that a while ago.
They did say something like that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did say that people that
tested
were
him first.
Yeah, people who were already testers were going to get in and try that out.
Yeah.
So
it might even be that they're doing it by. Do you remember at one point they had this shadow organization site?
Mm-hmm.
To which you had to re-log in. They might be using those logins.
Could be.
But
Snowboy, real quick, before Snowboy, I don't know if she's going to leave or not. Snowboy, did you get your ship from SIG? I contacted them a couple times. Just say yes or no if you got it, because she won the ship during the Moothathon, and
yes.
it came from SIG directly, but they've been kind of busy lately, and it was kind of hard. Yes, Zypher 720, there's a huge patch. It's 7 gigabytes. Download it now. It's going to take a while.
Yeah,
it's a gigantic patch.
We talked about it earlier about some of the benefits. What happened?
We had Bod check it. It's only 1.3 gigabytes, but you still have to download the rest.
Yeah, it's not that much different, but
it's only 1.3 different. Okay,
it's got the asteroid hanger files in there, which is probably the bulk of the change. Mainly, it's just some fixes.
Yeah, has anyone checked Reddit yet? Has anything FPS done some
some launches with it? It probably has the asteroid hanger. Okay.
Australians.
Zypher, there's the link to the patch. You go ahead and check it out. We already covered it. I didn't want to go back over it again. Pleasure bots, yes.
Oh yeah, pleasure bots. Yes.
Hail Hydra.
Pleasure bod 66s? What?
Yeah, that's the one. No,
okay.
A bunch of us in TeamSpeak we were looking at a bunch of star maps of Star Citizen, and we came across pleasure bots as a black market item in one of the systems.
All right, pause. Hold on. Kin Shadow. The next question is, can you get more vapid? Continue. So pleasure bots, yes, pleasure bots.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Pleasure
Yeah, they're a
bots.
thing. They're a thing, apparently.
All right, so tell us about the pleasure bots.
They're not just a thing; they're a
Pleasure
commodity.
bots or
Right.
pleasure bots?
Well, I mean, the difference is, it's hard to tell. Hang on. Let me quickly bring up the map that tells me where they're from. But yeah,
The asteroid hangar is in this patch. You just can't get to it yet. It's hidden in there. We're talking about Anything FPS, who works at. I think he's the CEO of Crytek. He is.
No.
He's not. Okay.
He's again. We don't know where he works, but wherever he works, he's not allowed to share that information with anyone.
Right. No, I'm just making this shit up. No, I'm not. I'm
the
totally
system,
serious.
the system Fora, which is very close to Banu space, is the only place where pleasure bots are a listed black market commodity.
So we can ship them.
Yeah.
Do they have guns coming out of their breasts? Like in
They possibly a military variant may.
the military
too.
variant, yeah, where they are all in camouflage paint.
But I'll actually put the link to the map in chat so that everyone can use this. It's actually a really good map. Like
So,
it tells you.
Oh, that map there, yeah.
Yeah, it tells you basically you can look up per commodity what you want to trade, the systems that use that as like the supply that commodity, and also the systems that need that commodity. It lists everything, the whole lot: electronics, weapons, stimulants, all the black market
Good
stuff,
stuff.
everything.
That's probably where I'll be doing a lot of my shipments.
So yeah,
Since the Banu frequently trade with the Vandul, and we know that humans can learn to speak Vandul, is it possible that we will begin trading pleasure bots to the Vandul? Because then we can rig them with knives, like in their nipples and stuff, and Vandul will use them like the fighter drones from the beginning of Dune, and it's like, the drone, the Vandul guys are like, make the range 2 meters, and they're just like dodging, knives that are shooting out of these humans and everything, because they don't know
fine.
how sex works with us.
They
Well,
don't.
here's the thing: you have to customize the pleasure bot for the Vandul anatomy.
By the way, guys, this
Screen
came from
customization.
Kin Shadow's question. That's why we're discussing this now.
Yes,
well, and someone did ask if we could get any more vapid, and
That
I'm
was
just
Kin Shadow, yeah.
that was Kin Shadow's
Challenge
question.
accepted.
proving that yes, we can.
We can. We have confirmation. The ship is in the hangar. It looks like Ben went into Snowed One's hangar directly and just put the ship in there. Like
Oh,
very
that
much.
ship.
Nice.
It's like, what ship is in the hangar?
That's
Pleasure
good.
bot?
The 890 jump is in the hangar.
Glad, glad to hear it. Next
Okay.
question.
Next question. Yeah, we got a lot here. We probably should get on with real questions. Ghostwalker asked what we thought of any games at E3. We've already answered that. We kind of beat that up a little bit. Cyberwolf says there is a new section of the website called Project Status Page. It has all the known modules in a matrix. That's not a question, Cyberwolf. That's a statement.
Almost. So
Almost got one.
Almost made it into a question.
He could have said, "Did you know?"
Well, he didn't.
He didn't, so we have to skip it. All right, next
Yes.
one is for Trendane specifically.
What?
So, in an
No.
interview, this is from Cyberwolf. So, in an interview with Travis Day, it was revealed that Travis has EA in his very blood, with 2 parents that work
Well,
there.
one parent and one appendage.
Yeah, well, parents got divorced, and all 4 worked at EA. And his statement when he was growing up was, when instead of him learning his vowels of A-E-I-O-U, it was E-A-I-O-U, because EA bought everything in his house. So I don't really understand what the question's asking.
That was my. Is there a question
Maybe,
in all this?
maybe. How do you feel about this? Does it make you happy or sad?
No, there's no
Cyberwolf.
question. There's no question.
There's
Well,
no questions. We have to
these are
skip this one again.
statements.
No, we have to skip this
Well,
one.
no, I think his questions are so long that when he's pasting them, it's chopping off the end.
No, I don't think that's the case in this one.
No, because he just said that was only half the question. So I'm
But no,
wondering if
It does
he's-
explain.
I think Twitch is truncating them.
It could be, 'cause
now to
he does
save
write
time.
some books.
Yeah, he
He
does.
just copy pastes, and
It
Twitch just
explains-
goes.
Nope.
Hold on,
We're
Trendane's
done.
trying to answer his non-question.
It does explain, however, when I showed up to the event on Friday, or on Saturday rather, they couldn't find my badge.
There is a conspiracy. Yeah.
They found Ravana's, who was kind of my +1. He was the guy that won the extra ticket to go on a not date with me down to L.A. And the thing. But when I got there, Chelsea and Travis, they couldn't find my badge. So I wound up
like, who are you?
writing my own
You're
name.
like, I know a show. I do a show.
Yeah. So I wrote my own name on a sticker and put it on my thing. So everybody else has got a nice official-looking badge, and I've got this scrawl.
You should have done it like all backwards letters and crap. Like
I
you were
was
5 years old.
thinking about doing it left-handed and upside down. That would.
I'm Trendane.
I always say it like that because that might offend somebody. But
well, at least you got to make your own badge.
Yes.
I did.
So you had a special badge. Everybody else is like stupid printed. Yours is like and signed, autographed and everything.
The security guy came around and took everybody's badge. I was like, "You."
Oh, he touched your badge?
No, he didn't. He couldn't take. But Travis touched it because he was like, "Here, it's a DIY badge." Thanks,
that's a nice way to look at it.
It's nice that he touched your badge.
Did wait? Did last week we even talk to you about?
I wasn't here.
So yeah. So we had a guy who was at the Next Great Starship thing, and we never even talked to him yet.
Why the fuck did you talk to that guy?
Horseman 1. We didn't talk about Next Great Starship at all.
Probably because we had the ships in our hangar. We walked around, we looked at them. I was disappointed. I don't care. The boom sling, I'm pissed it didn't win.
Well, if we are going to talk about it, it's really simple. People were very upset that, once again, a SIG event did not go great.
Because they have shitty fucking web stuff. Like, they should have anticipated it and put it on some other site that could handle a trillion hits, because we crashed the site and all the votes didn't get it. I'm sure it looked pretty one-sided. Like, it was large numbers.
It was almost 70,000.
If you extrapolate that 7,000 out to 70,000, it would probably be the same, very, very close to that result. So
we had our own voting thing on SCB, and I think about 1,000 people voted. It was very, very one-sided.
Okay.
No, Cyberwolf does not make me want to throw up. A lot of the people who work at EA are decent people. It's EA's practices as a company that piss me off.
Right.
So there's this current meme. I don't have it at hand, or I would share it. But it's this guy sitting at EA headquarters looking at Grand Theft Auto 5, Payday 2, and Battlefield. And he mixes them all together, and then he goes all ecstatic because he just invented Battlefield Hardline. Sorry, Battlefield, because, cops and robbers are real Battlefield.
I played it the other day. I got it because Twitch. Anybody who's a Twitch partner got a free beta code, so I was like, "Oh, great! I'll try it out." And I hopped on, and I hated it. I hated it. I was like, Jesus Christ! If I want to play Payday, I'm going to play Payday because I at least got some cool masks, and I can plan out the heists. Here, it's just like you're just running around blowing people up and stealing the money.
You can watch your money slowly pile up to the ceiling. That's the best about Payday.
Does the Joker then slide down it and light it all on fire? Because that would be kick-ass.
Yeah, then he goes, "Why are you so serious?" He even says it right in the thing. All right.
Next question.
No, not next question. I really want to talk to Trendane about the event. So.
Oh yes, that's what I meant though. Like, let's move on to Star Citizen.
We do get vapid, just in case you're wondering. The whole intro is, oh yeah. Nobody's gonna be whoever bitched last time is not gonna be watching this far. But I had 2 or 3 people come on and go, "That intro, great," and they're talking about how long it is. Like, don't just stop it. Okay. I'm tired of people bitching at us because our intro is so long, and it's so long so that when we start the show, it gives people time to get here and watch the show instead of us starting and like, oh my god, I missed the first 5 minutes.
Get their popcorn and get their sugar daddies and their junior mints and sit down.
It's 2 minutes long.
Get settled into their ass, crack groove thing. As you say, yes, undo their pants and get the extra butter off the popcorn and get started. Because it's spectacular. Okay, so back to you, Trendane. Tell us about the event and everything. How did it go? What was it like? Did you get to meet everybody and hugs and kisses? No hugs and kisses. Well, there was one hug, and that was from Will. It was he when he pulled into the parking lot. He was like driving around. I was like, it kind of looks like Will driving that car. And later on, when he
of course it looks like Will because you've been stalking him and checking out his garbage.
Well, I would say junk, but yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, so I'm sitting there. I'm talking to Ravana, and I become aware of the fact that somebody's standing next to me, and I kind of glance back, and in that moment right there, I realized it was Will, and I was like, okay, and now, because it's just. You get really quick with processing shit or something. Comedic timing, go.
Be
and
funny.
he's just kind of standing there, staring at me, and I was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" I got up to shake his hand, and he pulled me in and hugged me, and I was like, "I should just kiss his neck right now." I was like, "No, no,
lick his earlobe."
No, I was going to just French all the way through his ear and out the other side, but I decided that might also be a little weird.
You might have got the cops called on you at that point, but
it reminded me.
I'm currently downloading the patch at 46 megabytes per second.
That's not bad. All right, go ahead, Johnny. What you saying?
But it reminded me of an episode of The Young Ones, rest in peace, Rick Mail, who
just died.
Yeah,
crazy.
Where he's
Really
like, all these homeless people have been moved into Neil's room, and like the mother was like, "Billy, get your tongue out of Rover's ear. It's very unhygienic." And he's like, "I only wanted to see what his brains tasted like." And that was the moment that went through my head. I was like, I should totally just with Will's head.
He would probably not talk to you anymore.
Well, he probably would die.
Yeah.
But yeah, in which case he would not talk to me. But yeah, he's very fun to hug. If any of you get the chance, absolutely. But don't hold on too long, because I would still want to hold the world record for that.
How long was the hug?
I don't think I've let go yet.
Okay. He's still holding on.
And right about now, he's like, not watching anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're sitting there next to his wife, who's going, "Honey? Honey,
is there something you want to tell me?" No.
It's just a fact.
No. She's going, "Honey, I kind of think Trendane's cute. Maybe we could do something here."
Okay.
So I was sitting there, and Sandy's like, well, okay, before they started the actual show, we were all kind of sitting around, and there was kind of craft services over one side, and everybody's milling about getting food and donuts and these weird pizza things made on English muffins.
That's
very
weird.
strange.
Yes.
And so I was over there, and Mark Skelton was over there, and he had put on these gloves. I was like, "What the hell are those for?" He's like, "You'll see, it'll be horrific." And I'm like,
Interest peaked with all these people in the room. Yes.
So I'm sitting over in my chair later on, and Sandy's up on the thing. She's like, "So let's bring our guests. Our judges? Do we have Mark Skelton?" And like the ledge that he was on was right above my head. And if you watch the video when he comes down the fire pole, you can see me in the background going, "Hercules, Hercules, Hercules," because his ass is coming down this pole right in front of my face, and I'm just like,
Yeah, you'll definitely not get called back from that one either.
No,
if you had grabbed his ass coming down the pole.
that would have been
Awkward.
a little bit, yeah. But most of the thing, the when we saw the video for the freelancer, when we saw the commercial, we had the two small TVs up in front behind the couches, which you could see in the thing. What you couldn't see was what was behind the.
Everybody
the
was
crew.
facing the other way. I saw that everyone was looking backwards.
It's like a 2-story screen. It's made up of lots of little screens, but they're all knitted together, and it's like the side of a house that they're showing the freelancer commercial on. And I'm just like, I need either some lube or just to grab a hold of Ravana right now. I don't care if he hits me. Just oh my god. It was very pretty on the big screen.
I bet it was. Go
ahead.
I was going to say, so you are owning a freelancer?
I am owning 2.
Now, which one did you get?
I have 2. I have 2 of them. I had a regular one.
You had a regular vanilla one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then somebody got me these the Neapolitan ones. Mm-hmm. No, they didn't. But some asshat dick said, "Here, have a Freelancer Max upgrade." So my regular Freelancer is now a Freelancer Max, so I guess I can do space trucking with that. And the other one, just because it sounds like a stupid dog, they got me a Freelancer. And
so you have 3 freelancers?
Uh,
I have 2.
No, 2.
The regular Freelancer got upgraded to a Max.
Oh, Max,
and
I got you. The
I
Max
have the
is beautiful. It's got a big ass.
Yeah, I noticed that. I've been in it. And out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Anyway, so
you're going to call that one Will. Mine's called Felicia.
No.
I got
But I have my 2 Auroras that are a gay couple. Now I have to come up with names. I can't just name one of my freelancers the Molybdenum Falcon. I have to come up with names that now they have to be a gay couple too.
Yeah. Yes, we're still doing Q&A. We're just all over the place tonight. Just let it go. Roll with it. Sit back, smoke a J,
and I
enjoy the randomness. What's that?
I was boiled down, said that I was attracted to everyone, and that's not true. I was not attracted to everyone. I had to think. Chelsea is very pretty, but she's not my type.
No, he said everyone except Sandy.
Well, and neither is Sandy nor Ben's wife. That not my type either. There was one point where Ravana and I were sitting there talking, and the guys from Guard Frequency came over, and we're talking with the guys from Guard Frequency, and there's a guy who's standing kind of just back off to the side, basically right next to the pole that Mark Skelton came down, and he's sitting there. And then I realize he's wearing Google Glass.
Oh,
he's taking
pictures?
I'm like, nice.
This is how we all devolve into some other kind of like future society where everyone's taking cyborgs. Yes.
Features.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, got a great suggestion, which I think Cooper Black has come up with a great one: the Spermillion Falcon.
I've heard that somewhere before.
Spermillion?
Oh, wait. No. It used to be called the Vermilion Falcon.
Yeah, but this is spermillion because it's a million sperm. Yeah.
That's not very many. That's like less than a half a cup. I mean, come on. I have needs, okay?
Spurtrillion?
Han and Chewie. Those are two names for your ships.
Oh.
Spur Google?
But which one is Chewie?
I would say Max is probably Chewie.
So you get to explore Han, and you get to
for the love of God,
you get to explore Han, and you get to go inside Chewie.
Hold on, pause. I want everybody to notice we have made Trendane blush.
No, there's a breeze came in the window.
Yeah.
Door window. Somebody blew me.
All right. All right, next question down the list, or back to Q&A time, just because. Today, the letter to the chairman has a new poll. Should they continue doing stretch goals? Haven't we voted on this already? What do you think that caused this to come up once again? I think they're just running out of stretch goals ideas. And also, every stretch goal seems to add more work that they need to do. Yep. And for $1 million, is it worth $1 million to add another, thing?
I don't know. I don't care. I just said, I threw away my vote, and I was just like, I don't care.
IDK.
All
right. What do you guys think? Anybody?
I don't think that they're even close to being finished.
Yeah.
So keep going to stretch goals?
I think that having potentially, at the very least, hundreds of thousands of different star systems that you might run into, even if most of that is procedurally generated, which is edging very closely to talking about Elite Dangerous again,
right.
I still think that there's a ton of stuff that they could talk about easily. Okay.
All right. Fair enough.
For stretch goals.
All right, moving on. We got a lot of questions today. We kind of rambled on some other stuff tonight.
A little bit, yeah.
Got to get moving. Have any of you bothered to watch the new show around? Okay, we already talked about that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What? Forums are mixed reviews. I like it. I like silly things like Geekdomo and Turtles. Perfect. Okay.
Not a question.
Not a question. Once again, Cyberwolf. I'm just going to skip some of these. You have 40 of them in here. Tomorrow
don't even have question marks anymore.
I know.
Just statements.
Just answer the ones with question marks.
I'm trying. Tomorrow we have been promised pictures of my baby, as I like to call it, the ship that will shoot Core's effing Idris down, the Retaliator. Anyone else have one and excited to see the new redesign?
Me. It's going to be awesome.
Retaliator.
Nope. Core, your Retaliator is going to also shoot down your Idris.
No, I'll use my Retaliator as a shield for his Retaliator missiles.
My
Idris just goes.
I was never interested in the Retaliator because I thought it was a bomber. I'm going, okay, how often are we going to do strafing runs on a planet? But then I was taught that it's actually just a big ass missile ship.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have bombs per se. It's just got missiles.
Think of it as an anti-capital ship. Probably is less than useful against anything smaller.
Now I'm interested in it. Before I was just like, I ain't gonna be doing any bombing runs. It just was, I didn't see that. But the Starfarer just got pushed off the list. Nobody's not making a commercial of that. Bummed. Okay.
Hell, I voted for the Caterpillar because it's the biggest question mark out of every single thing there.
Yep. And I want that asteroid hangar.
Yeah, me too. Cyberwolf, another question. This one's for Core. Are you going to Gamescom? Or any of you Europeans? What?
I have an entire following that will be there as well.
Awesome.
So,
cool.
Bod, you going?
I'm thinking about it.
It's in Germany, you know.
Yeah, I know.
The English don't get along with the Germans too well.
No,
let me know, Bod. We'll be there from Wednesday till Saturday. So, let me know, and we'll.
Yeah.
TIE bombers attack large ships all the time. True, and B-wings as well.
Oh shit.
All right, next question. Did Trendane get Dan Giesling's digits?
Ooh.
Only one of them. I cut off his little finger.
Was he there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was on the show, remember?
Yeah, he was there.
He did like a presentation of like 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He was on for like half a second.
Yeah.
Well, and you couldn't see it, but at the end, after everything was done and they wrapped up, we did a very, very short Q&A. And my question was the first one because I was like, "Can we ask questions?" And they were like, yeah, okay." And then Dan came running over with the microphone, and I was like, "So that freelancer commercial, was that Lance Henriksen?" And everybody was like, I said, it was. Don't worry about it. And I sat down. But it was kind of funny because Sean, the Crytek guy, was looking at something else. He was kind of like talking to people behind him. And I think Sandy was like, we have questions here. And he's like, oh. And he turns on like, "Hi, Sean." And then I asked my question. It's like,
and Sean knew nothing about it because he's not.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Did they say who made that, by the way? Did they have an outside group making these commercials for them? Because it was really well done.
No, I thought it was that guy. I can't remember his name.
Is it anything FPS? Because
no.
It seems like something he would do.
It was they were really, really rushed on time because there was another group that had to get in there. They needed to get us out, strike the set, and set up for the next group that was coming in. So we did a little bit of hobnobbing outside the studio, but everybody kind of disappeared at that point, dissipated rather.
Yeah.
One guy did start trying to pitch a game to Chris Roberts, though. That was
it's something to do with like spaceships and stuff like that.
Probably. I wasn't listening. Ravana was over there talking to them. I was over talking to Ben and his wife. But,
I would say Chris has got a lot on his plate, and pitching other games to or any kind of game to him is probably just not.
There was a lot of people. I mean, he clearly had to leave. Because he had to get the guys from Shard Collective and take them back to the office so that they could get ready to do whatever they were going to do for the night. And people just kept. I mean, this guy basically wouldn't leave Chris alone. Kept trying to, as though he was trying to get an answer from him. Like, can we do this right now? It's like, this is not the right time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. People's social skills sometimes.
No, I can appreciate him being excited about it, but,
All right, a real question. Mr. Zane asks, Ben confirmed on the base that Track IR...
Not a question?
It's a... it isn't a question. God damn it! Another statement.
Damn you, Zane!
But it's so good because it's about the Track IR, and I'm so excited because I've got one.
Yeah, go ahead.
It just makes me happy, too. Okay, there we go. Bone TV... This has a question mark at the end, so I'm guessing it is one. Have any of you messed with voice attack yet? And what's your opinion on being able to aim with the Oculus Rift unfair to poor people?
What?
Okay, so I don't know about that. Let's skip the Oculus Rift part for just a second. But I did watch Wolfosaurus. Was it Wolfosaurus?
What the fuckosaurus?
WTFosaurus, yeah. He was playing with it today, and he has over 85 commands already pre-programmed in, and he's doing everything. He's like flying. He's like, lock next target. Fire missile, raise shields, lower shields. What time of day is it? I like you. Thanks a lot. And she's like, "You're welcome, Ben," or "You're welcome, WTFosaurus." And it's just like it's really cool because he's using like a kind of a modulated female voice. What? I heard a psst. Anyway, so what have you guys seen anybody play with it, or have you tried it yourself?
Yes, I've seen people play with voice attack. I don't think it's something I'd use myself. Because I have too much dignity, but I will.
However, use it.
Yeah, but let me ask you: we're in the future, right? We're in the future. There's no stretch to think that in the future you would be able to command your ship with your voice.
Oh, sure. I don't see why not. I just think it's kind of unimmersive if some people are magically mute and cannot talk in the verse.
They'll have voice things like they got that now.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with whatever. I don't care because I'm just gonna get everything.
Voice commands are nothing new though. They've been trying to use the technology for like the last 10 years.
This one was pretty sharp. I mean, it works fairly well.
This is pretty good.
But there have been ones in the past that have worked fairly well as well. There's just a reason why they never caught on. Because as much as a gimmick it is, all it's doing is replacing macros. Which, again, you have this thing right here. You could put so many macros on this. You could even macro, like one of these buttons, to do the entire thing for you. To fly, to target, to if, and...
Okay. But what if I'm in combat and I'm getting shot, And I've got to look down and try to figure out what key was that macro key. Oh, it was 7. I got to hold Alt 7.
Okay, well, if you have to remember which key to use, then I got different news.
Well, okay, but so with the voice attack, I just go raise shields. You know, I mean,
what if you forget that? What if you forget to say it? What if you say raise shield and the voice command goes, did not understand, and then you're fucked.
What happens if you scream in fright or something or something happens, or there's some weird...
She'll say, I do not recognize that command.
Or your microphone gets unplugged at that second.
What if it does recognize that command as something like jettison cargo?
Ejaculate.
Then you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
What if you're Trendane and you're talking to people while you're on Twitch and all of a sudden your ship starts doing shit because you've got voice attack and it can't quite understand what you've said, and then it thinks you're saying something else, and then you're in the middle of a space station and you say something that sounds like attack all targets and you start shooting shit up.
Now,
and you're
this
not
guy,
supposed to.
WTFosaurus, I saw him play, he set it up to where I think he called it Sandy or something. He's like, Sandy, light him up. And it had to have that prefix beforehand, so he wouldn't accidentally say, "Oh, I got to light up my cigarette," you know. And then,
well, there has to be. I mean, the delays have to be not the delays. There has to be a delay so that each command is discrete. Mm-hmm. For example, what Stakas is talking about is I was in the process of accelerating into Super Cruise, which is kind of like the in-system warp speed. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to the folks in the audience on the stream, and I said, it's almost as if, and there was enough of a pause that when I said as if, it interpreted that as assist, which turns the flight assist off, which is like putting your, in decoupled mode.
Decoupled mode, right.
So my ship is now flying in warp, which it's not supposed to be able to do, but because of the timing on it, it did it anyway. And so it's going at warp, and I can't steer. And because it's impossible to toggle it on and off while you're in warp, I can't turn it on again. So I have to somehow manage to drop out of warp, which is very difficult to do because you're spiraling in different directions, heading into the sun and then not, and then heading into the sun and then not. It's like your ship is being controlled by spirograph, and it is like you're puking everywhere. So it was horrible.
I want to welcome Ascend500 to the show, who has never seen our StarCast before. Welcome.
Hello,
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome to the silent vapidity.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, as far as voice assist is concerned, or voice attack, whatever it's called, I could give two shits about it.
It's
if someone wants to use it, I don't care. I personally, I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to hate on someone who wants to use it for whatever reason. If they want to be able to sit there and literally not touch their HOTAS or whatever and just go fly forward, turn left, shoot that guy, good on them. I don't care.
Again, what I was trying to say before, I wasn't hating on voice attack. I was just saying it's something that has been, to gamers who've been around for a long time, they know that this technology has been shoved in our face multiple times, and I know that most gamers will always just be satisfied with a button press, either on a joystick or...
But there's the guy who buys a brand new car and goes out and puts rims on it, and also, puts a new stereo, takes a stock stereo out, puts a new stereo in. There's always people that want to kind of go the next step. It's not good enough the way it is.
Rims are the next step?
Rims are a next step from the stock factory.
The spaceship.
Yeah, on your spaceship. I got spinners, yo. I got 22s all up in there.
That's what those round things are on the Four Horsemen ship, right?
Yeah, the round things are spinners. They pop out and spin. Oh, speaking of the pop-out thing, what is that thing on top of the Freelancer MIS? Is that like a missile rack that's just sticking out without any missiles on it? Because it's weird looking. I just thought about it as we were talking about the pop-up stuff. Okay, next question. We need Trendane to do a voice for a voice attack. Can you make a voice pack for that, Trendane? You can, by the way. You can sit down and record all of the responses and then put it into a pack. Somebody did it with some voice that sounded like from Star Trek or something. They took the Star Trek voices and put it into a pack. So if you were so inclined to do that,
then I guess maybe I could.
Maybe
and if you'd like to go over to Trendane's store and make a discreet purchase of $15.99, you can have yourself your own Trendane voice attack program.
Yes, as a matter of fact, Trendane, you should set it up to where you get like a free pack, which has all the commands, but then if you would like it customized for $25, you'll say their name.
Mm-hmm. Make the base pack cost $5.
Yeah.
So you all power Trent. No, sorry, it would be more like all power transfer to weapons, dick.
Yeah, exactly. Ejaculate now.
Congratulations, you managed to scrape together enough for an Aurora. That was
yeah, that'd be awesome. Little snarky replies.
I'm a little bit sandy with not Gardner, but I'm a little bit sandy badged with Elite Dangerous right now because it really pissed me off yesterday. I decided for once, finally, I will turn and I will shoot this fucking bandit. And I shouldn't have. I know I'm a terrible dogfighter. I know this. I should not have turned with a cargo full of enough cargo hold full of enough cargo to account for every penny I had.
I've done it before and I've died. Yep.
Boom! Here's your free Sidewinder, but you don't have any of the karmic motherfucker. And so
you can't save. Yep.
So I had just enough money that on my Sidewinder I said, I'm going to buy another laser cannon and put it on the other side. So that if I have to do this again, I will have twice as much firepower to take these guys down to 20% and then have them warp off right before I can kill them. Fuck you all!
No, I think they fixed that, by the way. I think they fixed the warping.
Did.
I guess they did. Okay.
Sure they did. There has not been a single update to the ED beta yet. Not on client side.
Okay. People are all saying that your voice would be better than Jarvis, and they would pay money to have you be the bitching Betty.
I don't know. I would just absolutely jerk off with any piece of Jarvis I could get my hands on.
I was about to say, I wouldn't mind a little bit of Jarvis in my car.
Thank you.
Cool.
All right. Moving on. Okay, real quick.
All power into the thrusters.
Bone TV is upset. Bone TV is upset we didn't answer his question about the Oculus Rift being unfair to poor people, because I guess what he's talking about is you're wearing the Oculus Rift and you can look at the ship and fire at it because you can aim with it just like you can with the Track IR apparently. Oh, we lost Stakas. Australia fell off the planet again.
Who does that?
It's been, you know what's weird? It's been happening. I drop, then Stakas drops, then I drop, then Stakas drops. Like a minute after I drop.
It's something to do with Chicago.
Something wrong with tectonic plates intertwined. Australia and the Midwest.
So what do you guys think, real quick, because we have to go back to the next set of questions.
Track IR is not expensive.
Not Track IR, Oculus.
What's the difference?
Then get Track IR.
Well, Track IR, you wear your little clip, and I can look at my screen.
No, I don't mean.
The difference is about $150 difference.
Well, I mean, what I mean is one allows you to look around and see the ship, and the other one allows you to do what?
Look around and
see the ship.
It's not seeing the ship, Trendane. It's basically wherever you look.
One is in 3D, and the other one is within the confines of your monitors. That's the difference.
Right.
But what he's saying is you can look, like if the ship's coming at me over here, I can look my head over there, and where my head goes, that's where my aiming reticle goes.
If your guns are gimbaled to go that far, if they're not gimbaled that wide, I mean, if the gimbals don't turn that far, because I mean, you can go like that.
Yeah, you can look at the top. And
it's not going to turn that far. I mean, it's still got to be pretty much within that center, view screen, not window portion of it.
I think also what people are underestimating is it's not so much the fact that looking at something does not necessarily mean you're always looking at something. The way your head is aligned is not always the way your eyes are aligned. So you could be looking that way to your target, but your head is looking straight, then you're not targeting, which means you'd essentially have to retrain your head to look only straight ahead with your eyes and move your head.
I've done it, and it's really hard for me to do because when I
was about to say, if you've done it, you know how difficult it is.
It's extremely difficult. And when I'm doing my cast and I'm looking over here to look like I'm looking at what people are writing, then I look over there to see if the song's playing, and my vision on the center screen is moving left and right. It's really difficult.
See, what people usually when they hear this, they're like, "Oh yeah, you can see where you're shooting." It's not entirely true because they're not tracking your eyes. If they were tracking your eyes, it would be natural, it would be normal, it would be so easy. It would be like an aimbot. But it's not your eyes; it's your head.
And it's really difficult.
I'm going to say that my final answer on this thing is both games at this point are in at least or at most they're still in alpha.
Yeah.
Wait before you even lay out an opinion on it.
Just calm down.
No. I'm not judging the game or the mechanics. I'm judging the actual fact that the way that you have to move your head for it because they've tried it before with other games and Anyway, continue.
Okay. moving on. Sorry, everybody. We're skipping all over the place tonight. It's just one of those nights. It's raining out or something. Now that DFM has been out for a while, this is from Monkey Buzz. Have you settled on a preferred joystick position? Do you position it centered or to your left or to your right? Where are you guys? Where is your joysticks, guys?
I haven't even tried it with the joystick. Honestly, I'm just doing mouse and keyboard until it crashes, and then just play something else.
Stakas?
Not relevant to me.
Okay, Trendane.
Throttle on the left, joystick on the right of my keyboard. They both sit right up against my G15 on either side.
Yep, my keyboard is behind. I put them in front, and I have my microphone between the two because I'm streaming. That's my setup. Okay. Bod, do we ask you?
Yeah, I got mouse and keyboard still. No joystick.
Okay, so only a couple of us are playing with the joystick right now. Ghostwalker, for Core, how far do you think Netherlands will get in the World Cup? We're not getting vapid here, but
probably end up top 3.
Top 3? Okay.
I'd say 3rd or 4th place.
All right.
That's lower than top 3.
That's right. That's what I said.
MGD
you
Cowboy.
got money on it.
Yeah.
I figured. No, top 3. You're wrong.
Hey, top 3 is part of the 3rd place. Is part of
one of your
yeah.
So,
sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Which ship would you like to see ready to fly in DFM? Personally, I'd like to see Constellation Arena Commander. They did talk about this during the show around the verse, that they're going to do single ships first, single person ships first, then multi-crew ships later.
Yeah, all variants of the single seater will be in DFM flyable before they do multi-crew chips.
Yep.
They Travis Day commented on it in Around the Verse, where they actually have to mod the engine a little bit more, because that's why you can't get up and walk around your 300i. That's why you can't get up and walk around in your Aurora, because at the moment, the way it's set up, if you did get up, it would just instantly kill you. Mm-hmm. So they have to completely design the way that the engine works with these multi-crewed ships, so you can get up and walk around and it not kill you and be able to do your stuff and still be able to fly and do combat and stuff. So it'll be I wouldn't be surprised if it's a month or so before we even hear about them getting those ships ready for Arena Commander, because they've got to PBR them and stuff as well.
Yeah, and all the variants.
Yeah.
Or they could just fake release it. Anything FPS will PBR it, and they just rip it off them.
Why not?
All right. What was your guys' vote on the letter from the chairman?
I'm in favor of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I voted for.
Wait, for what?
For
continuing letters?
It just says,
I just
what's
threw
your
away.
vote?
I threw my
Yeah, it was the stretch goal vote for letter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do they do stretch goals? Do they not? Do you not care?
Oh yeah, I'd love to see them continue.
Yep.
Yeah, I said I voted for it for doing extra ones.
More stuff. Okay. Next question is thoughts on the Freelancer commercial. Should I play it?
I'm not going to complain about seeing it again. But yeah,
I'll watch
20 minutes.
We've seen it.
I'll watch
we still
it.
got 20 minutes.
I've got some hand lotion here. I'll watch.
I will. Don't talk for the next 2 minutes. And Bod don't type for the love of God. Bod don't type. Yeah, you guys can have a drink. The Trendane's getting his lube out. He's got a little bit of hand lotion. It puts the lotion on the skin. All right, we're gonna play the Freelancer commercial, and we'll be right back.
A comm comes over the spectrum with a job.
Make it so yours.
All it says is an amount of cargo, a delicate timetable, and a risky route. You know you've got 42 cubic meters to pack full of profit. We're talking pressurized and shock-resistant construction, so whatever you put in here comes out the same way. You got two Arc Duo 400 engines. Their award-winning colloid ion technology gives you maximum fuel efficiency while keeping your sig low. plus a couple of pirates.
Hey, Lancer, you know the drill.
But with a weapons system featuring trusted names like Bering and Cronin, you aren't too worried.
Commercial vessel, freelancer class. Rig tags look good. Cleared for landing at Area 18.
You're the one they come to when they need a job done right. Because you trust one ship. Miss Freelancer. Built for life.
Hi, my
Is
name
it
is Chris
done
Roberts,
yet?
and welcome to StarCast.
No.
You bastard! Just as Chris Roberts comes on to say, "It's Chris Roberts. Welcome to StarCast." You go, "Is it done yet?" Everyone's been dead silent. I'm like, I'll play the Chris Roberts thing. It'll be kind of fun. And then all of a sudden, StarCast is like right on top of him. "Is it done yet?"
So to address Cypher's question, the circle part is when it says you aren't too worried, because they're cycling through the thing, sort of like the hollow table where they're going between the two cannons and the missile racks and everything. That circular thing is part of the sensor pack that tracks in various targets, is what that is. Now, also, two other things. One, that is the ugliest son of a bitch I've ever seen.
Oh, he just looks like a space trucker.
Yeah, sure. Oh, which his two bumper stickers say "Badass Mother Trucker" and "I Brake for Aliens." Great piece of trivia for later on. And Lance Henriksen did a beautiful job on that.
And so the next one, that one's the Ford commercial. The Chevy commercial, they're going to get you, right?
I sure as fuck hope so. Which that would explain this fortune from last night.
Oh, you will do a Chevy commercial for Star Citizen.
No, it says the star of riches will shine on you beginning next month.
Oh, next month you're going to get a job. Yay! All right.
I think the most interesting thing about that whole video was the jump that they did.
Yes, the gateless jump.
The gateless FDL jump.
Wait. The initial jumps will be like that. You will scan down what is basically a fold in space. It'll be a jump point. The gate is only applied when they start building structures around it to define this is where it is. But when you first find them, there's not going to be a structure around it. You just activate your jump engines, and it kind of opens the thing enough for you to go through. So there is.
But
no
is that actually what we saw, or was this more of a
Hollywood thing?
I think that's probably pretty close to what it's going to look like. That's why they're so hard to find. Is that it's just going to look like a very faint ripple in space, and you're going to have to scan them down because of that.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm asking is because this looked more like the jumps that were used in like Battlestar Galactica, like the FTL jumps in which they rip a hole through space, not like where in Star Citizen they talk specifically about fixed points in space where the space is already bent.
Cypher said the screen at the beginning says no questions answered. Is smuggler? He's not a smuggler. He's Mal from Firefly. That was a complete. Yeah. I don't much ask questions. I just do it for the money kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's the feel it was giving. That's why it was sort of a country Ford truck commercial. It was sort of like a redneck sort of a way. Well, go ahead, Trendane. What's up?
Well, I was going to say, and the message comes in from the Stanton system, which is known for piracy and slavery anyway. So there's no telling what is in that cargo. And there's a weight bench in there. So.
Well,
there we go. Point-to-point drives is what Asta Fury is saying.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, again, I don't know what we saw. That's kind of my question. I mean, if it is truly a gateless jump through, what we'll call a jump point, then that is okay by me. But it seemed like it was more an artificial jump, something that you would initiate from your ship. That's just.
I'm thinking that would they put some kind of a when someone's fully navigated a jump point and it's known across the universe or across the galaxy, everybody knows where the jump point is, and it's in people's nav computers. Is there some sort of artificial HUD marking that shows where the nav point is? Or is it something kind of like physical that they're going to do? Like they're going to say, hey, there's a jump point here, and we're going to put this thing here that indicates that this is where the jump point is.
I would say that for the physical structures, it's going to be more like a customs gate. You can't, especially this will happen on the borders between like the Banu and the UEE. Jump points that go from one territory to another, there will be big custom stations. And around those gates is just this structure surrounding the jump point is just guns and scanners and all kinds of shit, so that if anybody tries to pass through it, right. And
they've said that they've said the Xi'an are very particular about what comes in and out of their area of space, so you could expect to see that sort of stuff around those sorts of areas.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I bring it up specifically is because we've talked about how big these between jump point systems are going to be, and how long it might take to travel from one side of the system to the other, and what the question that has kind of come up is that now that we've seen like this point to point jump, will that be prominent in the in system between jump points type thing?
I think this commercial probably gives a false sense of that. I would be willing to bet that this jump point is one that he only knows about. That's a jump point he has found and he uses whenever he's doing runs like this to the Stanton system.
Just like the one shot killing the Cutlasses. It's sort of a...
Well, it didn't have its shields on. If you watch, you see the shield impact on the other one and it moves away. But the other one didn't have its shields on, so it got blown the fuck up.
Stupid pirate, yeah.
Yes, indeed. And it was the one that scanned him and talked to him. Trash talk.
Also, the one with the shield didn't have any guns.
Which is another stupid pirate.
Yep.
But yeah.
All right, next question. If you had the money, this is from TK Nightcrawler. If you had the money, how many new peripherals would you consider buying if they gave you an edge in Star Citizen? Track IR, Rift, throttle, rudder, pedal, bobbleheads. This I'm showing on the screen right now is, if I had the money, this is the type of system that I would have for Star Citizen if it gave me an edge or not. So you guys who are in the chat, you won't be able to, you'll have to look around.
Those of us here won't be able to see it until it catches up.
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
That is a full functioning cockpit. And if you're going, wait a second, where do you have to make that yourself? But they sell all those peripherals, believe it or not. All those little LED screens and everything like that. You can buy all those things aftermarket and put this all together. Yeah, but I'm surprised Clifford doesn't have one.
But you could also wait till they build a spaceship specific one rather than a.
Well, you would get rid of the yokes, but everything else would be functional.
And the viewports are so small.
Yeah,
it looks like a freelancer. Yeah,
that's the thing. I don't know. I think that's a little much for me. I prefer I guess it's based on the ratio of exactly how much of an edge I get based on my comfort level, like how comfortable it is to have that stuff around. Like the Rift, for instance, comfort is actually a big problem. Yeah. And also the amount of real estate there is on my desk is also an issue. Yeah. Because, if I have a HOTAS and a keyboard and like a bunch of other peripherals, it's going to get really cluttered really quickly. So,
some people may have noticed when I lift up my keyboard and put it away, it doesn't go on my desk. No, it goes like that away to the side because my actual desk is filled up with crap. But yeah.
But if money was no object,
if
money was no object, there are certain systems that I might be chanced at getting, but they're around the 100,000s. But again, that's where you're reaching the area of custom mode building anyway. And when it comes down to that, there's...
See, I wouldn't be using this for the
money
DFM.
Money is always an object. That's what I'm trying to get at. But yeah.
Yeah, and this stuff I'd rather spend $100,000 on, if I'm totally honest.
I don't even think this costs $100,000. It's probably at least 20 though.
This stuff I'd rather spend $20,000 on.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'd even think about. And I honestly wouldn't, if I had all the money in the world, I still wouldn't buy something specifically because I thought it would give me an edge. It would be, like Perfekt said, something that I feel comfortable with using, something that I found when I was playing the game, I felt at home using, whether it gave me an edge or not, I may splurge out and get a HOTAS, not because I think it'll give me an edge, just because I guess, well, I'll try it. I may not like it. But the only thing that I would find that I would do is maybe get bigger screens, because at the moment I've not got huge, big... that's about the only thing I'd do.
I would probably get 3 4K monitors, as they're only about $600 at the moment, which is an amazing price, which isn't that much. But then again, I wouldn't buy them right now. I'd probably wait until December to knock the price down a little bit more. But yes, 4K monitors would definitely be there.
I think that I would very much do the same thing, where it would be things to deepen my immersion. I mean, for example, those of you who have watched me playing Elite Dangerous, you've seen me play it with a HOTAS. If you were to see me try to land or pilot at all with a mouse and keyboard, I would be slamming into that damn space dock every time. I mean, just having a HOTAS makes me a much better pilot.
Absolutely.
But I'm still shit at dogfighting. So give me an edge in what? I mean...
Space trucking.
Space trucking? I mean, bigger monitors, and even more powerful computers, so that I can, run 17 4K monitors all around me with track IR. So when I look at this, when I look over here,
just an IMAX dome. Just get your own IMAX dome, and then
why not?
Yeah.
And then you want one of those revolving chairs with, like, the entire system goes with you as you turn your head and the... See, again, like I said, if money is truly no object, we're straying into the area of
fantasy.
The eccentrics. Yes, exactly.
Ridiculous.
And you invent the Minority Report.
Okay, 9 minutes.
Yes, we got to rush. We got like 1,000 more questions, 9 minutes. Okay, Kimball's been asking, why have we not asked this yet? Bod, why would you stop deleting my questions? So here's the question.
No, that's not the one he's referring to.
Oh, it's not? Well, sorry. About pleasure bots, did it get awkward for you when Data had sex in Star Trek, or did you get turned on?
This is the question we've been waiting for?
Yeah, all night.
Every time.
He wanted me to sing. Oh, he's a strange...
And yes, Bod is the voice of C-3PO, okay?
Reading rainbows?
All right. So, did you get turned on? Yes, no?
No, it was 2 questions in one, so you don't know which one I was answering.
Oh, okay. All right. So Fresh Rider asked, what do we think about the new Constellation? We showed it several times tonight. I'll show it up on the screen. What do you guys think?
I didn't see it.
Again, if it's just a luxury inside, then I still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Because I saw the inside, but
it looks like the ceiling is taller for some reason.
Yeah, they've completely done away with the missile racks that the Connie's got. Because it's got 2 launchers on the top of it, so they've completely gotten rid of all of that. So you've got that much
disco
more
ball from in there. Yeah.
See, that looks more like the negotiating room on the Bound and Merchantman to me. That's what I thought it looked like. And
I thought it was the 890 jump. It's got a fucking bar right there with bottles and stuff. All this stuff looks like as soon as you hit atmosphere, it's all going to go flying around the damn thing anyway. They bolt it down. Have this thing been secured for sea?
Onboard gravity.
Well, maybe.
Well, you're going to be able to walk around. I'm going to assume, to a degree, larger ships like that are going to have their own in-ship gravity system.
Yeah, Data did have gear. He was fully functional. All right, moving on. Real quick, just one more question here. We'll get this and.
Wait. I actually want to address Zypher's question in 5 seconds. So.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so Zypher's question is, do you think 2 760s in SLI and FX350 will be able to maintain 60 FPS in Star Citizen Ultra? Zypher, calm down, buddy. Relax. Okay? Just relax. Don't buy anything right now for
not
Star
for Persistent
Citizen.
Universe, yeah.
Especially not SLI
configurations, alright? Not now. Wait till SLI is actually somewhat decent and isn't giving you ridiculous frame issues. So just calm down. Don't buy anything for the next year and a half.
Buy something decent now, like get a 290,
get something
280,
that'll hold you over.
Yeah.
If your PC is
get something that'll do for the Division, for AC Unity, for Watch Dogs. Survive on that, but don't buy anything for Star Citizen.
Right. Because here's why. Because if you buy it now, the reason we're saying it like this, if you buy it now, you're kind of wasting your money because you're not going to have the most ultra mega cool thing when Star Citizen finally comes out for Persistent Universe. You're going to be behind the ball. You're going to be kicking yourself to spend $1,000 on these cards now.
I bought a 780 Ti like 6 months ago, or 4 or 5 months ago.
Siberian, you're an asshole.
Yes, he did buy two 295
He bought two 95 X2s, and he put them in Crossfire?
Yes, and
does time continue to function in the house? Does it, like, slow down the universe?
And he has 3 27-inch, what are they called? No, 1440p's.
Oh.
That's ridiculous.
1440p's.
Okay, well, Zypher says he already has that setup. Zypher, you will not be able to run Star Citizen 60 FPS on Ultra with that setup. Not two 760s with an FX 8350.
I want to recommend this to everyone right this second. SLI is not currently the technology that you want to be putting your money in. If you're going to buy anything, buy a single card that's more powerful than 2 cards that imitate SLI, because it might have been the smart bet 5-8 years ago, but it's no longer the smart bet now. It's better for you to buy a 780 or a 680 or even a 980 or an 880, whatever. Buy that one, the cheap version, and you'll be set for at least a couple of years.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, that was actually the question I was going to wrap up with, and we have to wrap up anyway, so...
Were you done? Perfect, because we kept interrupting you.
Oh, I'm done.
Okay, just checking.
Nailed it.
He's spent.
All right. Okay, everybody, let's go around the room, tell everybody where everyone can find us, and wrap up the show. Mr. Trendane Sparks.
What? Oh, I'm Trendane everywhere.
Mm-hmm. What have you been playing?
What have I been playing? A fair bit of Elite Dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to master the whole space trucking economy thing. I'm slowly making back what was blown out from underneath me by that stupid goddamn pirate that guy do. Anyway, that, and on Tuesdays I do my TMI Tuesday Twitch stream where I play Skyrim with all the adult mods installed. So I'm trending everywhere.
All right. Next person is, hold on, Mr. Bod.
As Trendane said, similar to him, Bod699 everywhere. Been streaming a lot of random stuff lately, as I tend to do. Been doing a lot of Star Citizen. Waiting for multiplayer for Arena Commander, really. Playing anything I can find until then.
Okay. Next up is Mr. Core. Yep,
I am Core of Existence everywhere, and I basically was a Twitch streamer up until a month ago. I will continue Twitch streaming. However, right now, right this summer, is not the summer of my streaming. So it's going to be a little bit longer that I will delay my comeback. But one day. Sorry.
All right. Next up, Mr. Stakas. Yes.
Hello, everybody. Yep, SgtStakas everywhere. Inside your cupboards, peeking through while you're having a shower, rifling through your dirty laundry, rearranging your cutlery drawer. That's pretty much what I do.
Disturbing.
Yes, well, that's how I do. Without pants on the whole time. We're all part of the Bearded Warriors. Mm-hmm. Go up the top where it says Geekdomo streaming as part of the Bearded Warriors and Amazonian Princesses. Click on that. Follow us all because we all follow you. We're all
in spirit.
Can't anymore. That button is broken.
Yeah, I know you can't follow all, but you know, just do the thing. Click us all, and I like to be clicked on. I haven't been streaming lately. Been a bit under the weather, not feeling very well, but I hope soon. I've got the forest now. I may get into streaming a little bit of that and have 1 million people. Why aren't you streaming the forest? But yeah, so I'm hoping once I start feeling a bit better, I'll be able to actually devote the time to streaming as well as everything else.
Cool. All right, Mr. Perfect.
You can find me on Twitter at Perfekt Nerd. You can find me on Twitch at Perfekt_Nerd. While you're at it, like SgtStakas said, follow us Bearded Warriors and Amazonian Princesses. All of us at once at bit.ly/beardwar. And yeah, I'm not going to be streaming until DFM multiplayer comes out. Because right now I'm...
Well, that's right now.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten an email yet. I haven't got the email yet. I wasn't part of the special beta testers group. So, gonna have to wait. And yeah, so when that comes out, I'll definitely be streaming the hell out of that.
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever I said before, you could scratch all that. If I have DFM multiplayer, I will fucking be streaming it.
Perfect. All right, this is the end, my friend. My friend, the end. Geekdomo, I'm here all the time playing all kinds of stuff, and this will be up on my YouTube channel probably tomorrow, and everybody else here is welcome to put it on their channel as well. Okay, we are going to go raid somebody. We usually don't do that at the end of the show, but we're going to go raid Mr. Wes from We Are the Romantics, whose Star Citizen number is like 7 million, but somehow he got into the multiplayer. So we're going to go raid Mr. Wes. There it is. We Are the Romantics. Everybody go over there and say StarCast raid so they know where you're coming from. And we will see you guys later on in the verse. You can watch Wes play multiplayer. And yeah. All right, everybody. Good night and see ya.
Be careless.